The entertainment world is once again shaken by a detail that seems small on the surface, yet carries massive implications. Not a red carpet kiss. Not an official statement. This time, the spotlight is on something far subtler but arguably more powerful: family interactions on social media. Within hours, these digital signals ignited global speculation, strengthening the belief that Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet's relationship has entered a far more serious phase than many initially assumed. If you follow celebrity culture closely, stay with this story until the end, because the clues unfolding right now may completely change how this relationship is understood. Before we go deeper, join the conversation early. Share your thoughts and reactions as this story unfolds. Do these interactions mean something real, or are they being overinterpreted? Your engagement fuels the discussion surrounding one of the most talked about celebrity relationships of the moment. Over the past few days, social media users have noticed a pattern that feels anything but accidental. Accounts directly connected to the Kardashian-Jenner family and Timothée Chalamet's inner circle have begun interacting in ways rarely seen before. Likes, subtle comments, quiet acknowledgements, moves that might appear insignificant to the casual viewer but stand out sharply to fans who track celebrity behavior closely. In a digital age where every interaction is intentional, the public is reading these actions as deliberate signals rather than coincidence. Kylie Jenner, long known for carefully curating her public image, has become increasingly open over the last year. Still, what truly caught attention was not her own activity, but the response from her family. Members of the Kardashian-Jenner clan, whose online behavior is famously strategic, have begun engaging with content linked to Timothée Chalamet's world. When figures like Kris Jenner, widely regarded as the mastermind behind the family's brand, enter the digital conversation, observers rarely believe it happens without careful consideration. On the other side, Timothée Chalamet appears to be navigating unfamiliar territory. Known for guarding his private life and keeping a clear boundary between his career and personal relationships, his digital ecosystem now seems more intertwined with Kylie's than ever before. Accounts within his professional and personal circle are no longer distant observers. Instead, they are becoming visible participants in the same online space occupied by the Jenner family. For longtime followers of Timothée, this shift feels notable, even symbolic. From the beginning, the Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet relationship has defied expectations. Early rumors were dismissed as unlikely, even unrealistic. Yet public appearances slowly transformed speculation into acknowledgement, without either party offering direct confirmation. Each sighting was dissected: body language, proximity, fleeting glances captured by cameras. Now, however, the focus has moved from physical appearances to digital behavior, where the smallest actions often carry the loudest messages. Pop culture analysts have long noted that family involvement is a critical marker in high-profile celebrity relationships. When families begin showing public support, especially in subtle and controlled ways, it often indicates that the relationship has progressed beyond experimentation. In the Kardashian-Jenner universe, where brand protection and image control are paramount, such openness is rarely impulsive. Public reaction has been sharply divided. One side views these interactions as a natural evolution of a relationship that has quietly grown stronger over time. To them, family acknowledgement feels like a logical next step. Others argue that this could be a calculated soft launch, a way to test public reaction before making any larger, more definitive moves. In a media environment driven by algorithms and engagement, even silence can be strategic. What remains undeniable is the surge of curiosity. Every new post is examined. Every interaction is screenshot, analyzed, and debated across platforms. Search trends show their names climbing once again, proving that interest in Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet is far from fading. If anything, the mystery surrounding their next move is intensifying. Yet the most intriguing part of this story lies beneath the surface. Industry insiders and fan communities alike are beginning to point out a recurring pattern. Family integration often marks the final test before a relationship transitions into long-term commitment. When inner circles begin to overlap, it suggests trust, stability, and a future-oriented mindset, qualities not easily faked. The timing adds another layer of complexity. Kylie Jenner is in the midst of redefining her public identity, while Timothée Chalamet stands at a critical peak in his acting career. Both face immense professional pressure, making personal decisions even more consequential. How they balance fame, privacy, and authenticity could ultimately define the trajectory of their relationship. The payoff of this story isn't found in a single like or comment, but in the pattern they create together. Consistency, not spectacle, is what's fueling speculation now. And in celebrity culture, consistent behavior often speaks louder than headlines or interviews. The growing web of family interactions on social media has become a powerful symbol, suggesting that Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet may be entering a new, more serious chapter. No official confirmation has been made. No statements issued. Yet the signals are strong enough to keep the global spotlight firmly fixed on them. Will the next step be a more public appearance, or something entirely unexpected? The possibilities remain wide open, and that uncertainty is exactly what keeps audiences watching. Now the question turns to you. Do these family interactions confirm that this relationship is truly serious, or is the public reading too much into digital gestures? Share your opinion, stay engaged, and keep following this story, because one thing is clear, the Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet narrative is far from over. And just when the public thought the story might begin to cool down, new layers started to emerge, pushing curiosity to an even higher level. What makes this moment especially compelling is not just who is interacting, but how consistent and how timed these interactions appear to be. In celebrity culture, timing is never random. Every digital move exists within a larger narrative, and audiences around the world are trained, almost instinctively, to read between the lines. Sources close to pop culture media trends note that family-based social media engagement often acts as a quiet confirmation without the risks of an official announcement. It allows a relationship to feel validated while still preserving privacy. For Kylie Jenner, whose romantic history has been highly publicized in the past, this subtle approach marks a noticeable shift. It suggests caution, intention, and perhaps a lesson learned from earlier chapters of her public life. Timothée Chalamet's fans, meanwhile, have been dissecting this evolution with equal intensity. Known for his introspective image and artistic credibility, Timothée has cultivated a following that values authenticity over spectacle. The growing comfort between his world and Kylie's family-driven digital presence has sparked debate. Is this a sign of compromise, growth, or something deeper? For many, it signals maturity, a willingness to blend worlds rather than keep them rigidly separate. What's particularly striking is how silence plays into this narrative. Neither Kylie nor Timothée has rushed to clarify or deny anything. In an era where celebrities often move quickly to control headlines, this restraint feels deliberate. Media analysts argue that allowing speculation to breathe can sometimes be more powerful than shutting it down. It keeps the story alive, evolving organically through public interpretation. As days pass, fans begin noticing patterns beyond direct interactions. Shared timing of posts, similar visual tones, parallel moments of absence from social media followed by carefully timed returns. None of these details alone prove anything, but together, they form a rhythm. And rhythm, in storytelling, often points to intention. This is where the story takes on a deeper emotional dimension. Relationships under intense public scrutiny rarely survive without a strong internal foundation. The fact that family circles appear increasingly relaxed suggests a level of trust that goes beyond surface-level romance. Trust that this connection can withstand headlines, commentary, and the relentless gaze of millions. Industry observers also point to the broader implications for both brands involved. Kylie Jenner is not only a public figure but a global business powerhouse. Every personal decision inevitably reflects on her professional empire. Timothée Chalamet, meanwhile, represents a different kind of cultural capital, art house credibility mixed with mainstream appeal. The intersection of these two worlds, once considered unlikely, is now unfolding in real time. And perhaps that's why this story resonates so strongly. It challenges expectations. It blurs boundaries between fashion, film, influence, and intimacy. It forces audiences to reconsider long-held assumptions about what compatibility looks like in modern celebrity relationships. Midway through this unfolding narrative, one question continues to surface. If this isn't serious, why does it look so carefully integrated? Casual relationships rarely involve families, inner circles, and long-term reputational considerations. The deeper the overlap becomes, the harder it is to dismiss as temporary. Still, uncertainty remains, and that uncertainty is the fuel driving engagement worldwide. Each new interaction reignites discussion threads, reaction videos, and trending hashtags. The absence of confirmation has become part of the strategy, whether intentional or not. It allows the story to evolve without closing any doors. As the spotlight intensifies, both Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet appear calm, even grounded. No defensive statements. No attempts to redirect attention. Just steady forward motion. To many observers, that calm speaks volumes. The real payoff may not arrive in the form of a dramatic reveal, but rather in continued consistency. A slow normalization of their presence in each other's lives. A gradual shift from speculation to acceptance. In celebrity history, that transition often marks the moment when a relationship moves from rumor to reality. For now, the world watches. Screens refresh. Timelines scroll. And every subtle interaction becomes another thread in a story that feels increasingly significant. Whether this leads to a public declaration or remains quietly woven into their lives, one thing is certain: this chapter has already reshaped how their relationship is perceived. So the conversation continues. The theories multiply. The interest grows. And as long as family signals keep appearing in the digital space, the message remains clear: something real is unfolding, even if it refuses to announce itself loudly. Stay engaged. Stay observant. Because in a story driven by nuance rather than noise, the smallest details often reveal the biggest truths. And as the narrative stretches forward, the implications grow heavier. What once felt like an abstract celebrity rumor has now evolved into a case study of how modern relationships unfold under a microscope. Social media is no longer just a platform for promotion, it has become a language of its own. And in that language, family presence is one of the clearest statements a public figure can make without saying a word. Observers have begun to notice that this isn't just about approval, but alignment. The values projected through these interactions matter. The Kardashian-Jenner family has always been intentional about who is welcomed into their orbit. Access, even digital access, is rarely granted lightly. When that access appears consistently and publicly, it sends a message of trust not only to fans, but to industry insiders watching closely. Meanwhile, Timothée Chalamet's professional circle appears unfazed, if anything, quietly supportive. There has been no visible distancing, no abrupt shift in tone from collaborators or peers. In Hollywood, where image management is relentless, neutrality often signals acceptance. That alone has fueled speculation that this relationship is not disrupting careers, but integrating smoothly into both worlds. Another layer adding intrigue is the absence of contradiction. No anonymous sources rushing to deny seriousness. No just friends narrative suddenly appearing in entertainment columns. The usual mechanisms that attempt to cool speculation are notably quiet. Instead, the story continues to unfold organically, carried by observation rather than leaks. Fans have also pointed out how the language surrounding both Kylie and Timothee has subtly changed. Headlines that once framed their connection as unexpected or shocking are now using terms like steady, evolving, and established. This shift in media tone rarely happens without cause. It reflects a growing consensus that what's happening is no longer fleeting. The emotional stakes feel higher now. For Kylie Jenner, whose life has been lived largely in public view since her teens, choosing to let family dynamics be seen, even indirectly, signals confidence. Confidence that this chapter won't require backtracking. Confidence that this connection deserves space in her real life, not just her private one. For Timothée Chalamet, the moment feels equally pivotal. As an actor often praised for depth and introspection, aligning with a family as visible as the Jenners represents a step into a different kind of spotlight. The fact that he appears comfortable in that light suggests intention, not hesitation. What keeps audiences locked in is the sense that this story is being told slowly, almost deliberately. There are no dramatic crescendos yet, only a steady accumulation of meaning. And in long-form storytelling, that build-up often precedes the most impactful reveal. Speculation has now extended beyond "are they serious?" to what comes next. Will there be a joint public appearance that removes all doubt? Will family events quietly include both names on guest lists? Or will this remain a carefully balanced dance between visibility and privacy? One thing is becoming increasingly clear: the lack of urgency to define the relationship publicly may be the strongest indicator of its strength. Relationships that feel fragile often rush to explain themselves. Those that feel secure can afford patience. As weeks pass, the story refuses to fade. Interest remains high, engagement steady. This is no longer a viral spike, it's sustained attention. And sustained attention usually follows narratives that feel authentic, not manufactured. In the end, the real story may not be about Kylie Jenner or Timothée Chalamet individually, but about how celebrity relationships are changing. Less spectacle. More subtext. Fewer announcements, more alignment. Family interactions on social media are no longer background noise, they are signals, read and interpreted by a global audience fluent in digital nuance. Whether this relationship ultimately leads to a defining public moment or continues unfolding quietly, its impact is already visible. It has shifted expectations. It has blurred lines between rumor and reality. And it has reminded the public that in today's media landscape, seriousness isn't declared, it's revealed over time. So the watch continues. The analysis deepens. And every subtle interaction adds another layer to a story that feels increasingly grounded, increasingly intentional, and increasingly impossible to ignore. Because when families begin to move in sync online, the message is rarely accidental. And in this case, that message continues to echo louder with every passing day. And still, the narrative keeps expanding, refusing to settle into a simple conclusion. What is unfolding now feels less like a fleeting headline and more like a slow-burn chronicle, one shaped by restraint, subtlety, and deliberate distance from traditional celebrity playbooks. In an industry addicted to instant reveals, this measured pace feels almost disruptive. Media analysts are beginning to describe this phase as quiet confirmation. Not an announcement, not a denial, but a sustained pattern of behavior that gradually reshapes public perception. Family interactions, mutual visibility, and the absence of resistance all contribute to a growing sense of inevitability. The question for many is no longer if the relationship is serious, but how long it has been that way behind the scenes. There is also a psychological dimension at play. Audiences today are more media literate than ever. They understand branding, optics, and strategy. That's precisely why these developments carry weight. If this were merely a short-term connection, experts argue, the family ecosystem would likely remain guarded. Instead, what's being observed is a controlled openness, enough to be noticed, not enough to feel exposed. This balance mirrors a broader shift in celebrity culture, where oversharing has lost its appeal. Privacy, once seen as evasive, is now perceived as power. Kylie Jenner, in particular, has been recalibrating her relationship with the public eye. Compared to earlier years, her current approach suggests intentional boundaries. Allowing family signals to speak, rather than personal declarations, aligns perfectly with that evolution. Timothée Chalamet's trajectory reinforces this reading. As his career continues to ascend, every personal choice is magnified. The fact that his public image remains stable, if not strengthened, amid these developments suggests alignment rather than conflict. There has been no backlash from his core audience, no visible fracture between art house credibility and mainstream attention. Instead, the narrative feels additive, not subtractive. What's fascinating is how normal this all appears on the surface. No dramatic gestures. No forced moments. Just a steady overlap of worlds. And perhaps that's the most telling sign. Serious relationships, especially under pressure, often aim for normalcy. They prioritize sustainability over spectacle. Online discourse has begun reflecting this shift. The tone of commentary is changing. Where there was once disbelief, there is now analysis. Where there was mockery, there is curiosity. Fans aren't asking, "Is this real?" as often as they're asking, "What does this mean?" That evolution in conversation marks a turning point in any public relationship narrative. Industry insiders also note how carefully this story has avoided burnout. By revealing nothing explicitly, it avoids peak and drop cycles common in celebrity news. Instead, it maintains momentum through ambiguity. Each small development renews interest without exhausting it. From a media standpoint, it's remarkably effective, even if entirely unintentional. Another factor fueling attention is relatability. Despite the scale of fame involved, the story taps into something universally understood: the significance of family acceptance. Across cultures, family involvement often signals seriousness more clearly than words. That emotional shorthand transcends celebrity status, making the narrative resonate beyond fandom. As time passes, the idea of separation between their worlds feels increasingly outdated. The overlap is no longer surprising, it's expected. And expectation, once established, is difficult to reverse. That's why observers believe any future step, no matter how small, will be interpreted through the lens of long-term commitment. Still, restraint remains the dominant theme. There is no rush to define, label, or explain. And that restraint may ultimately be the most persuasive evidence of all. In a media environment that rewards immediacy, choosing patience suggests confidence. The story now exists in a space beyond rumor but not yet within confirmation. A liminal zone where meaning accumulates slowly. And in that space, public perception continues to solidify, piece by piece. Whether the next chapter arrives quietly or all at once, its foundation has already been laid. Through consistency. Through alignment. Through family signals that speak louder than headlines ever could. For now, the narrative holds its shape, unresolved, but unmistakably grounded. And as long as these subtle confirmations continue, the message remains steady: this is not noise, not coincidence, but a story still unfolding, one deliberate moment at a time. And even as the weeks move forward, the story refuses to lose momentum. Instead, it deepens. What began as curiosity has now transformed into collective attention, a shared watchfulness where every subtle cue is treated as part of a larger narrative arc. In the ecosystem of modern celebrity news, this level of sustained interest is rare, and it usually signals that the audience senses authenticity beneath the surface. What's becoming increasingly evident is that this relationship is unfolding on its own terms. There is no rush to satisfy public demand, no urgency to package the story into a neat headline. That, in itself, is a departure from the norm. In a culture driven by immediacy, choosing patience can be the boldest move of all. Cultural commentators have started to frame this moment as a transition point, not just for Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet, but for how high-profile relationships are perceived. The emphasis has shifted away from spectacle and toward stability. Away from performance and toward integration. Family interactions on social media may appear quiet, but they carry symbolic weight precisely because they are understated. Behind the scenes, the implications are significant. Family alignment suggests long-term thinking. It suggests conversations that extend beyond the present moment. It suggests a shared understanding of pressure, visibility, and consequence. These are not the dynamics of a passing phase. They are the building blocks of something designed to last. Fans have also begun to notice how carefully the narrative avoids contradiction. There are no conflicting reports. No sudden reversals. No dramatic tension manufactured by opposing sources. Instead, there is continuity. And continuity, in celebrity storytelling, often replaces confirmation. Another element fueling speculation is how seamlessly this story fits into each of their personal evolutions. Kylie Jenner has spent years redefining her public identity, shifting from hypervisibility to selective exposure. This relationship aligns with that shift, present, but not overexposed. Timothée Chalamet, meanwhile, continues to navigate the balance between artistic credibility and mainstream relevance. His calm presence within this unfolding narrative suggests comfort, not compromise. As the public becomes more accustomed to this dynamic, the relationship itself begins to feel normalized. That normalization is powerful. It transforms the story from something shocking into something accepted. And once acceptance sets in, the conversation changes. It becomes less about justification and more about anticipation. Anticipation now drives engagement. Not anticipation of drama, but anticipation of progression. What will the next visible signal be? Another family interaction? A shared moment acknowledged indirectly? Or simply more of the same quiet consistency? Each possibility keeps audiences invested. What's striking is how this story manages to feel intimate despite its global reach. That intimacy comes from subtlety. From the sense that what's being shared is not staged for attention, but allowed to surface naturally. In an era of curated vulnerability, authenticity, real or perceived, has become the most valuable currency. Media coverage reflects this shift. The language is calmer. The framing more reflective. Analysts are no longer chasing confirmation, they are interpreting patterns. That evolution in coverage mirrors the evolution of the relationship itself, moving from speculation to understanding. The longer this continues, the clearer it becomes that the absence of declaration is not a void, but a choice. A choice to let actions accumulate meaning over time. A choice to prioritize real-life dynamics over public consumption. And paradoxically, that choice has only intensified public interest. As the narrative stretches onward, it settles into a rhythm. Not dramatic peaks, but steady progression. And in storytelling, rhythm often signals direction. It tells the audience where the story is heading, even if the destination remains unnamed. So the attention holds. The analysis continues. And the smallest interactions continue to echo far beyond their original context. Because when families engage, when worlds overlap, and when silence remains unbroken, the message becomes increasingly difficult to ignore. This is no longer just a rumor circulating online. It is a narrative shaped by consistency, reinforced by behavior, and sustained by collective observation. Whether or not a defining moment ever arrives, the perception has already shifted. The relationship is no longer questioned, it is watched. And as long as that watch continues, so does the story. Quietly. Deliberately. One subtle signal at a time.